Hi there, are you struggling with your UK theory test? You've just found the right video. We've made it super simple for you, breaking down the most important questions, tricky road signs, and essential tips to help you pass first time. No confusing explanations, no wasted time, just exactly what you need to know. If you find this helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications so you never miss an update. If you want to feel 100% ready for your test, stay tuned, let's get started.
Question 1. There are objects hanging from your interior mirror. Why could this be a hazard? A. Your view could be obstructed. B. Your sun visor might get tangled. C. Your radio reception might be affected. D. Your windscreen could mist up more easily. A. Your view could be obstructed. Ensure that you can see clearly through the windscreen of your vehicle. Stickers or hanging objects could obstruct your view or draw your attention away from the road. Question 2. You're traveling along this road. How should you pass the cyclist? A. Sound your horn as you pass. B. Keep close to them as you pass. C. Leave them plenty of room as you pass. D. Change down one gear before you pass. C. Leave them plenty of room as you pass. Allow the cyclist plenty of room in case they wobble or swerve around a pothole or raised drain. Look well ahead before you start to overtake, because you'll need to cross the hazard line. Look for entrances where vehicles could be waiting to pull out. Question 3. What's the minimum time gap you should leave when following a vehicle on a wet road? A. 4 seconds. B. 3 seconds. C. 2 seconds. D. 1 second. A. 4 seconds. Water will reduce your tire's grip on the road. The safe separation gap of at least 2 seconds in dry conditions should be doubled to at least 4 seconds in wet weather. Question 4. When will your vehicle use more fuel? A. When its tires are underinflated. B. When its tires are overinflated. C. When its tires are of different makes. D. When its tires are new. A. When its tires are underinflated. Check your tire pressures frequently, normally once a week. If they're lower than those recommended by the manufacturer, there will be more rolling resistance. The engine will have to work harder to overcome this, leading to increased fuel consumption. Question 5. What should you do if your vehicle pulls to one side when you use the brakes? A. Use your parking brake at the same time. B. Increase the pressure in your tires. C. Have the brakes checked as soon as possible. D. Change gear and pump the brake pedal. C. Have the brakes checked as soon as possible. The brakes on your vehicle must be effective and properly adjusted. If your vehicle pulls to one side when braking, take it to be checked by a qualified mechanic as soon as you can. Question 6. You're carrying an 11-year-old child on the front seat of your car. They're under 1.35 meters, 4 feet 5 inches, tall. What seatbelt security must be in place? A. They must use an adult seatbelt. B. They must be able to see clearly out of the front window. C. They must use a suitable child restraint. D. They must be able to fasten their own seat belt. C. They must use a suitable child restraint. As the driver, it's your responsibility to make sure that children are secure and safe in your vehicle. Make yourself familiar with the rules. When children are carried on the back seat, there are a few very exceptional cases when an adult seatbelt can be used instead of a correct child restraint. Question 7. You're following other vehicles in fog. You have your headlights on dipped beam. What else can you do to reduce the chances of being in a collision? A. Keep a safe distance from the vehicle in front. B. Keep close to the vehicle in front. C. Use main beam instead of dipped headlights. D. Keep up with the faster vehicles. A. Keep a safe distance from the vehicle in front. When it's foggy, use your headlights on dipped beam. This will help you see and be seen by other road users. If visibility is seriously reduced, consider using front and rear fog lights if you have them. Keep to a sensible speed and don't follow the vehicle in front too closely. If the road is wet and slippery, you'll need to allow twice the normal stopping distance. Question 8. In which conditions will your overall stopping distance increase? A. In the rain. B. In strong winds. C. At night. D. In fog. A. In the rain. Extra care should be taken in wet weather. On wet roads, your stopping distance could be double that in dry conditions. Question 9. What should you expect if you see this sign ahead? A. The road will bend sharply to the right. B. The road will go steeply uphill. C. The road will go steeply downhill. D. The road will bend sharply to the left. D. The road will bend sharply to the left. This sign indicates that the road will bend sharply to the left. Slow down in plenty of time and select the correct gear before you start to turn. Braking hard and late, while also sharply changing direction, is likely to cause a skid. Question 10. What's the main hazard you should be aware of when following this cyclist? A. The cyclist may swerve into the road. B. The cyclist may wish to turn right at the end of the road. C. The cyclist may get off and push their bicycle. D. The cyclist may move to the left and dismount. A. The cyclist may swerve into the road. When following a cyclist, be aware that they have to deal with the hazards around them. They may wobble or swerve to avoid a pothole in the road or see a potential hazard and change direction suddenly. Don't follow them too closely or rev your engine impatiently. Question 11. How can drinking alcohol affect your ability to drive or ride? A. Your awareness of danger will be improved. B. Your confidence will be reduced. C. Your reactions will be faster. D. Your ability to judge speed will be reduced. D. Your ability to judge speed will be reduced. Alcohol will severely reduce your ability to drive or ride safely, and there are serious consequences if you're caught over the drink-drive limit. It's known that alcohol can affect your judgment, cause overconfidence, reduce coordination and control. Question 12. What should you do if you want to turn left at a junction where pedestrians have started to cross? A. Stop and wave at them to cross. B. Go around them, leaving plenty of room. C. Sound your horn and proceed. D. Give way to them. D. Give way to them. When you're turning into a side road, pedestrians who are crossing have priority. You should wait to allow them to finish crossing safely. Be patient if they're slow or unsteady. Don't try to rush them by sounding your horn, flashing your lights, revving your engine, or giving any other inappropriate signal. Question 13. What does this sign mean? A. A route for pedestrians and cyclists. B. No route for pedestrians and cyclists. C. A route for pedestrians only. D. A route for cyclists only. A. A route for pedestrians and cyclists. This sign shows a shared route for pedestrians and cyclists. When it ends, the cyclists will be rejoining the main road. Question 14. Which is the most vulnerable road user? A. Car driver. B. Motorcyclist. C. Lorry driver. D. Tractor driver. B. Motorcyclist. Pedestrians and riders on two wheels can be harder to see than other road users. Make sure you look for them, especially at junctions. Effective observation, coupled with appropriate action, can save lives. Question 15. You're approaching a roundabout. What should you do if there are horses being ridden in front of you? A. Sound your horn as a warning. B. Accelerate past as quickly as possible. C. Give them plenty of room. D. Treat them like any other vehicle. C. Give them plenty of room. Horse riders often keep to the outside of the roundabout even if they're turning right. Give them plenty of room and remember that they may have to cross lanes of traffic.
Hi there, I hope this video is helpful for you. If it is, please subscribe and turn on notifications for more driving tips and tests. And don't forget to comment your score. Let's get back to the video.
Question 16. How should you react to inexperienced drivers? A. Overtake them as soon as possible. B. Sound your horn to warn them of your presence. C. Flash your headlights to indicate that it's safe for them to proceed. D. Be patient and prepare for them to react more slowly. D. Be patient and prepare for them to react more slowly. Learners might not have confidence when they first start to drive. Allow them plenty of room and don't react adversely to their hesitation. We all learn from experience, but new drivers will have had less practice in dealing with all the situations that might occur. Question 17. You're driving past parked cars. What should you do if you see a bicycle wheel sticking out between the cars? A. Slow down and wave the cyclist across. B. Slow down and be prepared to stop for a cyclist. C. Brake sharply and flash your headlights. D. Accelerate past quickly and sound your horn. B. Slow down and be prepared to stop for a cyclist. Scan the road as you drive. Try to anticipate hazards by being aware of the places where they're likely to occur. You'll then be able to react in good time. Question 18. What should you do when you're approaching a bus that's signaling to move away from a bus stop? A. Signal left and wave the bus on. B. Flash your headlights as you approach. C. Allow it to pull away, if it's safe to do so. D. Get past before it moves. C. Allow it to pull away, if it's safe to do so. Try to give way to buses if you can do so safely, especially when the driver signals to pull away from a bus stop. Look out for people getting off the bus or running to catch it, because they may cross the road without looking. Don't accelerate to get past the bus, and don't flash your lights, as this could mislead other road users. Question 19. Why should you switch off your rear fog lights when the fog has cleared? A. To stop draining the battery. B. To allow your headlights to work. C. To stop the engine losing power. D. To prevent dazzling drivers behind. D. To prevent dazzling drivers behind. Don't forget to switch off your fog lights when the weather improves. You could be prosecuted for driving with them on in good visibility. The high intensity of rear fog lights can dazzle drivers behind and make your brake lights difficult to notice. Question 20. What will happen if you use rear fog lights in good conditions? A. They'll protect you from larger vehicles. B. They'll make it safer when towing a trailer. C. They'll make drivers behind keep back. D. They'll dazzle other drivers. D. They'll dazzle other drivers. Rear fog lights shine more brightly than normal rear lights, so that they show up in reduced visibility. When the visibility improves, you must switch them off. This stops them dazzling the driver behind. Question 21. You're driving on a motorway at night. Which lights should you have on if there are other vehicles just ahead of you? A. Side lights only. B. Dipped headlights. C. Front fog lights. D. Main beam headlights. B. Dipped headlights. If you're driving behind other traffic on the motorway at night, use dipped headlights. Main beam headlights will dazzle the other drivers. Your headlight's dipped beam should fall short of the vehicle in front. Question 22. Why are vehicles fitted with rear fog lights? A. To make them more visible when driving at high speed. B. To warn drivers following closely to drop back. C. To show when they've broken down in a dangerous position. D. To make them more visible in thick fog. D. To make them more visible in thick fog. Rear fog lights make it easier to spot a vehicle ahead in foggy conditions. Avoid the temptation to use other vehicles' lights as a guide, as they may give you a false sense of security. Question 23. Your vehicle breaks down on a motorway and you need to call for help. Why might it be better to use an emergency roadside telephone rather than a mobile phone? A. It connects you to a local garage. B. Mobile phones don't work on motorways. C. It allows easy location by the emergency services. D. Using a mobile phone will distract other drivers. C. It allows easy location by the emergency services. On a motorway, it's best to use a roadside emergency telephone so that the emergency services are able to find you easily. The location of the nearest telephone is shown by an arrow on marker posts at the edge of the hard shoulder. If you use a mobile, find out the number on the nearest marker post before you call. This number will let the operator know where you are and in which direction you're traveling. Question 24. You're towing a trailer along a 3-lane motorway. When may you use the right-hand lane? A. When large vehicles are in the left and center lanes. B. When there are lane closures. C. When there's slow-moving traffic. D. When you can maintain a high speed. B. When there are lane closures. If you're towing a caravan or trailer, you mustn't use the right-hand lane of a motorway with 3 or more lanes except in certain specified circumstances, such as when lanes are closed. Question 25. When may you stop on a clearway? A. Never. B. During daylight hours. C. In the rush hour. D. When it's busy. A. Never. Clearways are in place so that traffic can flow without the obstruction of parked vehicles. Just one parked vehicle can cause an obstruction for all other traffic. You mustn't stop where a clearway is in force, not even to pick up or set down passengers. Question 26. You're in a built-up area at night and the road is well lit. Why should you use dipped headlights? A. So that you can be easily seen by others. B. So that you can see further along the road. C. So that you can go at a much faster speed. D. So that you can switch to main beam quickly. A. So that you can be easily seen by others. You may be difficult to see when you're traveling at night, even on a well-lit road. If you use dipped headlights rather than sidelights, other road users should be able to see you more easily. Question 27. When must you stop your vehicle? A. Before merging onto a motorway. B. If you're involved in an incident that causes damage or injury. C. At a junction where there are give-way lines. D. At the end of a one-way street. B. If you're involved in an incident that causes damage or injury. You must stop your vehicle when signaled to do so by a police, DVSA, or traffic officer traffic warden school crossing patrol red traffic light. You must also stop if you're involved in an incident that causes damage or injury to any other person, vehicle, animal or property. Question 28. What does this sign mean? A. No entry. B. No through road. C. No road markings. D. No parking. A. No entry. No entry signs are used in places such as one-way streets to prevent vehicles driving against the traffic. To ignore one would be dangerous, both for yourself and for other road users, as well as being against the law. Question 29. What does this sign mean? A. Parking for trams only. B. Route for trams only. C. Route for buses only. D. Parking for buses only. B. Route for trams only. Avoid blocking tram routes. Trams are fixed on their route and can't maneuver around other vehicles or pedestrians. Modern trams travel quickly and are quiet, so you might not hear them approaching. Question 30. What's the purpose of triangular-shaped signs? A. To give directions. B. To give warnings. C. To give information. D. To give orders. B. To give warnings. Triangular signs warn you of hazards ahead. Make sure you look at each sign that you pass on the road so that you don't miss any vital instructions or information.
Hi there, I hope this video is helpful for you. If it is, please subscribe and turn on notifications for more driving tips and tests. And don't forget to comment your score. Let's get back to the video.
Question 31. What does this sign mean? A. End of dual carriageway. B. Tall bridge. C. Road narrows. D. End of narrow bridge. A. End of dual carriageway. Don't wait until the last moment before moving into the left-hand lane. Plan ahead and don't rely on other traffic letting you in. Question 32. What does this sign mean? A. Road noise. B. Airport. C. Side winds. D. Adverse camber. C. Side winds. A warning sign with a picture of a windsock indicates that there may be strong side winds. This sign is often found on exposed roads. Question 33. What does this sign mean? A. No through road. B. No motor vehicles. C. End of bus lane. D. End of motorway. D. End of motorway. When you leave the motorway, make sure that you check your speedometer. You may be going faster than you realize. Slow down and look for speed limit signs. Question 34. Which sign means you have priority over oncoming vehicles? D. Even though you have priority, be prepared to give way if other drivers don't. This will help to avoid congestion, confrontation, or even a collision. Question 35. What does this white arrow on the road mean? A. Entrance on the left. B. Return to your side of the road. C. Road bends to the left. D. All vehicles turn left. B. Return to your side of the road. The arrow indicates the direction in which to pass hatch markings or double white lines. If you're overtaking, you must return to the left-hand side of the road. Question 36. You're at an incident. What could you do to help an unconscious casualty? A. Take photographs of the scene. B. Splash their face with cool water. C. Move them to somewhere more comfortable. D. Check that they're breathing normally. D. Check that they're breathing normally. If a casualty is unconscious, you need to check that they're breathing normally. Look for chest movements, look and listen for breathing, and feel for breath on your cheek. Question 37. You arrive at an incident. There's no danger from fire or further collisions and the emergency services have been called. What's your first priority when attending to an unconscious motorcyclist? A. Check whether they're breathing normally. B. Check whether they're bleeding. C. Check whether they have any broken bones. D. Check whether they have any bruising. A. Check whether they're breathing normally. At the scene of an incident, always be aware of danger from further collisions or fire. The first priority when dealing with an unconscious person is to ensure they can breathe. This may involve clearing their airway if you can see an obstruction or if they're having difficulty breathing. Question 38. There's been a collision. A motorcyclist is lying injured and unconscious. Why should you only remove their helmet if it's essential? A. You could scratch the helmet as you remove it. B. Removing it could let them get cold. C. Removing it could make any injuries worse. D. They might not want you to remove it. C. Removing it could make any injuries worse. When someone is injured, any movement that isn't absolutely necessary should be avoided, since it could make the injuries worse. Unless it's essential to remove a motorcyclist's helmet, it's generally safer to leave it in place. Question 39. What should you do if your vehicle breaks down in a tunnel? A. Switch on hazard warning lights, then go and call for help. B. Stand in front of your vehicle to warn oncoming drivers. C. Stay in your vehicle and wait for the police. D. Stand in the lane behind your vehicle to warn others. A. Switch on hazard warning lights, then go and call for help. A broken-down vehicle in a tunnel can cause serious congestion and danger to other road users. If your vehicle breaks down, get help without delay. Switch on your hazard warning lights, then go to an emergency telephone to call for help. Question 40. When would you increase the pressure in your tires so that it's above the normal value? A. When the roads are slippery. B. When the vehicle is fitted with anti-lock brakes. C. When the tire tread is worn below 2 mm. D. When carrying a heavy load. D. When carrying a heavy load. Check the vehicle handbook. This should give you guidance on the correct tire pressures for your vehicle and when you may need to adjust them. If you're carrying a heavy load, you may need to adjust the headlights as well. Most cars have a switch on the dashboard to do this. Question 41. What does this sign mean? A. Route for pedal cycles only. B. Parking place for pedal cycles. C. Pedal cycles are prohibited. D. Pedal cycles only. C. Pedal cycles are prohibited. This sign tells you that riding pedal cycles is prohibited. Question 42. What does the following sign mean? A. Uneven road. B. Slippery road. C. Test your brakes. D. Risk of ice. B. Slippery road. This sign warns you that the road is slippery. Question 43. What does the following sign warn you about? A. Traffic queues ahead. B. Steep hill upwards. C. Slow-moving vehicles. D. Lorries only. C. Slow-moving vehicles. This sign warns you about slow-moving vehicles. Question 44. You are driving and see this sign. What does it warn you about? A. Two-way traffic. B. Traffic lights ahead. C. Traffic queues likely ahead. D. Road narrows on both sides. C. Traffic queues likely ahead. This warning sign tells you about likely queues ahead. Question 45. You are driving about and see this sign. What does it tell you? A. Children going to, from school. B. Frail pedestrians likely to cross. C. Zebra crossing ahead. D. Pedestrians on road. D. Pedestrians on road. This sign warns you of pedestrians on the road.
Hi there, I hope this video is helpful for you. If it is, please subscribe and turn on notifications for more driving tips and tests. And don't forget to comment your score. Let's get back to the video.
Question 46. You are traveling on a road and spot this sign. What does it tell you? A. No vehicles over maximum width shown. B. No goods vehicles over maximum gross weight shown in tons. C. Weak bridge ahead. D. No vehicles or combinations of vehicles over maximum length shown. D. No vehicles or combinations of vehicles over maximum length shown. This is a regulatory sign with a red circle suggesting some sort of prohibition. The sign tells you that no vehicles or combinations of vehicles over maximum length shown are allowed. Question 47. What does this sign mean? A. Parking place, no buses allowed. B. Parking place for all vehicles, with time limit. C. Parking place for buses only, no time limit. D. Parking place for buses only, with time limit. C. Parking place for buses only, no time limit. This sign means that this is a parking place for buses only, no time limit. Question 48. Why should you switch off your rear fog lights when the fog has cleared? A. To allow your headlights to work. B. To stop draining the battery. C. To stop the engine losing power. D. To prevent dazzling drivers behind. D. To prevent dazzling drivers behind. Don't forget to switch off your fog lights when the weather improves. You could be prosecuted for driving with them on in good visibility. The high intensity of rear fog lights can dazzle drivers behind and make your brake lights difficult to notice. Question 49. What's the minimum depth of tread on the tires of a trailer? A. 1 mm. B. 1.6 mm. C. 2 mm. D. 2.2 mm. B. 1.6 mm. Your car or small van must have a minimum tread depth of 1.6 mm across the center of the tread and around the entire circumference. This also applies to the tires on your trailer. Question 50. How should the right-hand lane of a 3-lane motorway be used? A. As a high-speed lane. B. As an overtaking lane. C. As a right-turn lane. D. As an acceleration lane. B. As an overtaking lane. You should stay in the left-hand lane of a motorway unless you're overtaking another vehicle. The right-hand lane of a motorway is an overtaking lane, it isn't the fast lane. After overtaking, move back to the left when it's safe to do so.